Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, non-binary peoples. My face looks really fat when I look like this. This is Bronson's By Any Means Necessary Fantasy Football Talk for Friday, November 11th, 2022. This will be my running back spikes and yikes for week 10. I'm not even sure why I'm laying like this. It's really not that comfortable, but I just, I don't know. I think I gave myself too long of a break. And now I don't really want to do anything. Had a really good lunch. It was an extended lunch. It was actually nice to be awake and out before noon. Because I haven't been doing that lately because I don't get enough sleep at night. And I come home from work at EPS. I go back to bed, take a nap that I always say is going to be 2 hours, and it ends up being 3 or 4. And then when I do wake up from my nap, I don't just get up out of bed and just do stuff. I just lay there and play on my phone for like an hour, and then before you know it, it's noon, 1 o'clock, and I'm like, well, I'm basically missed lunch. So today is nice to get out at 10:30 and work until about 2. So I'm gonna go back out later. I just don't want to deal with the dinner time, the rush hour traffic out there right now. On Mill Plain, which is the main road closest to me. It's pretty bad from like 5 to 6. So I'm just gonna wait till after 6 and see if I can get up to between like 6 and midnight. Because tomorrow I don't have to be up. I don't have to be at work till 6:15, which is a lot better than 4:30 a.m. So I can stay up later and still get, if I go to bed at 12:30, sleep till 5:30. That's 5 hours of sleep is better than 2, 3, 4 that I've been getting at night lately. And I'm a little bit tired now because I didn't take a nap today. Probably should have, since I haven't worked since 2, I probably should have done it now, but I wanted to talk to my mom and grocery shopping. And I did this running back rankings. I killed, it's like 5 now. I killed 3 hours doing really nothing. So my grandma, she decided she's going to move to Arizona. She might get there before me. It sounds like she's going to move sometime before the end of the year. But earlier in the year when she went down there to visit my aunt who lives there, she didn't like it, but I guess she changed her mind because my aunt and her daughters are there. All 3 of them are there now, and they're the 3 that kind of, they're the grandkids that are the closest to my grandma. They're the ones that help her with my special needs aunt. And so she's going to go down there because they'll be available to help her when she needs it, because she doesn't have, because the help that she had here is no longer available. And so, that just gives me more incentive to get down there, because now I know that if I move there, my mom, at least, will come visit me because she's really close with my grandma, with her mom. And so she's going to, she's going to go down there and visit my grandma. And, she can come visit me too, or I can go up there and visit, because they're just going to be an hour and a half up the freeway from where I'm going to be living, which is, I mean, basically closer than my grandma is now. So we're roughly the same distance in time. So that'll be cool. Good for my grandma. She's gonna rent out her house. I'm just curious what she's gonna do with all her stuff. She's got more stuff than me, and I don't want to take all my stuff with me. But maybe I could split the cost of moving truck with her. Get some of my stuff in there. I don't know. Didn't talk to my mom for long because she didn't answer the phone. We just been texting. Something to figure out. And it's starting to rain here again in Vancouver. Definitely enjoying the chilly, sunny, dry days. This looks like those are going to be over. It's supposed to get really cold on Tuesday, I heard. Like below freezing I don't know if it's the first time this year. I think we had a night last week that was below freezing, but yeah, I don't think we've had anything in the 20s yet. I think that's supposed to happen on Tuesday. So I gotta remember to park my car inside that night because I don't want to deal with 10 minutes of defrosting windows. But I guess it don't matter because that's Tuesdays the morning. I have to go to UPS at 12:30, and I have to do that for the next 6 weeks. It's gonna be miserable. I'm not gonna have any. Not like I have a social life, anyways. But I'm not gonna have any. At least right now I have the hope of a social life. The optimism that social life is a possibility. Now, I'm not gonna have that, so it's gonna be miserable. But I'm gonna enjoy the checks once they start coming in. But all right, let's get to the running back stuff. I actually have more yikes than spikes this week. Honestly, I try not to do that. I try not to have more negative than positive to say, but I do this week, and it's kind of unavoidable. Oh, okay, maybe not. No, I have an equal number, but I had to, go through it a second time to kind of get it even. So your running back ones for week 10. Running back 1 through 10, we got Saquon Barkley versus the Texans. 2, we got Christian McCaffrey versus the Chargers. 3, we got Austin Eckler at the 49ers. 4, we got Alvin Kamara at the Steelers. 5, we got Travis Etienne at the Chiefs. 6, we got Derrick Henry versus the Broncos. 7, Nick Chubb at the Dolphins. 8, we got Josh Jacobs versus the Colts. 9, we got Dameon Pierce at the Giants. And then 10, we got Kenneth Walker at the Buccaneers. So it's interesting that Dameon Pierce is higher in the ranking than Kenneth Walker. Because Kenneth Walker was a 2nd-round pick and Dameon Pierce was a 5th-round pick. There's a big disparity between where those running backs were drafted coming into the season. So Dameon Pierce has been a fantastic steal. I'm talking real football draft, not fantasy football draft here. Dameon Pierce has been the steal of the draft so far, and still the Texans are garbage. Running back 2s, we got 11 through 20. We've got Jonathan Taylor at the Raiders. 12, we got Dalvin Cook at the Bills. 13, Aaron Jones versus the Cowboys. 14, Leonard Fournette versus Seattle. 15, Miles Sanders versus the Commanders. 16, we got David Montgomery versus the Lions. 17, DeAndre Swift at the Bears. 18, Jamal Williams at the Bears. So their Lions running backs are pretty even, right? One right after the other here this week. 19, we got Najee Harris versus the Saints. And 20, we got James Conner versus the Rams. Quick reminder here before I forget to mention it again. Keenan Allen has been ruled out. David Njoku's been ruled out. And Deion Jackson's been ruled out. But Jonathan Taylor is 100% no injury designation here on Friday. So he should be good to go. But the backup for the Colts this week should be Zach Moss. So if you want to take a desperation dart throw on Zach Moss, I wouldn't blame you. I like Zach Moss as a running back prospect. Obviously, not going to have much value as long as he's with the Colts, as long as Jonathan Taylor is healthy, but he's someone to keep an eye on for sure. Running back threes, 21 through 30. For week 10. Oh, man. I need to get up and do something. 21, Devin Singletary versus the Vikings. 22, we got Zeke Elliott at the Green Bay Packers. 23, we got Jeff Wilson versus the Browns. 24, Tony Pollard at the Packers. 25, Khalil Herbert versus the Lions. So both Cowboys running backs pretty close together in the rankings. 26, we got Antonio Gibson at the Eagles. 27, we got Raheem Mostert versus the Browns. So Dolphins running backs at 23 and 27, so they're pretty damn close. 28, we got Kareem Hunt at the Dolphins. 29, we got A.J. Dillon versus the Cowboys. And 30, we got Darrell Henderson versus Arizona. So keep in mind that if I had done this video yesterday before the game, that Cordarrelle Patterson and Dante Foreman would probably both be on this list. So guys like A.J. Dillon and Darrell Henderson would not be. Not on this list anyway. They might be. Never know. They might be on my spikes list though. Stay tuned to find out. Sorry, this is a really terrible angle. I don't think I look very good today. I'm not feeling too hot about myself today. My yikes. A bunch of running back twos that I'm not a fan of. And if you watched my video yesterday, you kind of already know one of them, Aaron Jones. I'm not super high on him this week. I think he is more hurt than he's letting on. He doesn't have the injury designation was removed today, so he's going to be good to go. But the Packers just haven't looked good this year. The running game hasn't looked good. Cowboys defense is really good. I don't think Aaron Jones is going to be a high-end running back too. He may be a low-end running back too, but 13's too high for me. And then Leonard Fournette at 14. He's been struggling a little bit this year. He may finally age could finally be catching up to him. He's losing touches to Rachaad White. He's losing snaps to Rachaad White, so that's concerning. And Rachaad White's getting more snaps every week, which is not a nice trend that you want to see when you have a guy like Leonard Fournette on your roster. And then at 19, we got Najee Harris. It's just time to accept that Najee Harris is not that good of a running back because he didn't have the greatest rookie year. And he got a lot of carries, a lot of volume, but his yards per carry were not great, and his, just overall productivity was not great. And this year he's been way worse. And he is dealing with a Liz Frank injury, which he's probably going to be dealing with all season. And I'm sure that's hindering him even more than before than he's letting on, or hindering him from being even more productive than last year. However, nothing that we saw from him last year should have elicited too much excitement coming into this year. But he could be on the same, Josh Jacobs kind of trend where Josh Jacobs, his first 3 years were pretty average, and then he blew up this year after I finally gave up on him. Najee Harris could be on the same trajectory. However, Najee Harris got a lot more work in college than Josh Jacobs did. So there's concern there that maybe Najee Harris, maybe his tank is empty already. But he's not a top 20 running back for me this week. And given the way things have gone for him, I'm not sure he's going to be a top 20 running back at all this year, which is really sad because he was one of the top 6 to 8 running backs drafted this season. So you definitely haven't been getting value back. And then my other yike is going to be Jeff Wilson. I don't understand why he's ahead of Mostert. Mostert's the more talented back in Miami. He's the more explosive back in Miami. I totally understand why they're splitting the work, though, because Mostert has never been durable. He's never shown that he can be a bell cow back, but I do think he's the more talented one, and I don't think he's done anything this year to suggest that he should lose any work. So I still have Raheem Mostert ahead of Jeff Wilson this week. So Jeff Wilson, I don't want to spoil the spikes, but I am flipping Raheem Mostert and Jeff Wilson in these rankings. I've got Raheem Mostert up to 23, and I'm moving Jeff Wilson down to 27 or lower, possibly. I think Mostert's a better back. It should get more work, even moving forward, even with the split. So my spikes then. Bunch of running back 3, starting with Zeke Elliott. I think that Zeke is healthy, and I think that the Packers, the game against the Packers is going to be a positive game script for him. I think the Cowboys are going to be more successful running the ball against Green Bay, and I think they're going to have a lead, which is going to mean that they're going to run the ball more, because as much as Kellen Moore would love to throw the ball every play, he understands that the team is better, and it's better for the offense entirely when they run the ball a little bit more. So I've noticed that he's been doing that more this year, and I think this game is going to bode well for Zeke Elliott, and to a lesser extent Tony Pollard, but I'm fine with where Tony Pollard's ranked at 24. But Zeke Elliott at 22, I would put him in the top 20, especially since I'm moving Najee Harris out completely. And then Raheem Mostert is my next spike. Again, basically what I said about Jeff Wilson applies to Mostert as well. I think Mostert should be higher on the rankings than Jeff Wilson, so I'm doing it. Mostert ahead of Wilson. And then also A.J. Dillon. I know A.J. Dillon has definitely been a disappointment this year. He hasn't done anywhere near what the anticipated production was, but I think that this is going to be I have no real evidence to back up my theory, but I believe this is going to be a heavier A.J. Dillon day and a less of an Aaron Jones day. So A.J. Dillon for me is back in the flex conversation just because of my hunch. That's really all it is, just a hunch. And then my last spike is going to be Chase Edmonds at 44, the new Broncos running back at the Titans. I really like the situation that Chase Edmonds finds himself in now. I think he's going to get a lot more opportunities in Denver than Miami was giving him. For whatever reason, Miami paid him a lot of money and then just didn't want to play him, even splitting work with Raheem Mostert. So, but I think Denver's a better opportunity for him. I think he's going to be a contributor right away. I think he's going to be a big benefit to the Broncos' really inept offense. I think they're going to come out of the bye week with creative ways to utilize him, kind of like he was used so successfully in Arizona. So I do have Chase Edmonds much higher than 44. I've got him up in the flex conversation. Probably not top 30, but I'd have him just outside in the high 30s. And so, yeah, I really like him as a flex play this week. So I guess that's it. Time to end this and get it uploaded. And then we'll see what time it is and maybe get back out and work right before I fall asleep. Although I could definitely use a nap. I think it's a little late in the day now. I should have taken one earlier. You live and learn. Even at 35, I'm still learning every day. Peace, love, and nacho fries. Good luck. Have a good weekend.